Okay. Full disclosure, I really enjoy. I mean, they're probably all three of these actresses are terrible SJW pieces of shit. I know Bette Midler is. I'm not sure about the other two, but I would assume so, since most people in entertainment are. But I really did enjoy the original Hocus Pocus. It's like, as a as a kid, those I always liked Halloween and anything sort of themed for it and whatnot, and this was among my favorites, back in the 90s. But the idea of them coming back, I mean, if they'd done it before wokeness became so prevalent in entertainment, or if they wait until after it's over. But right now, we're at like peak woke, so it's like, no, anything made now is almost guaranteed to be just absolute dog shit. Anyway, the Sanderson Sisters will return in a female-fronted. Just saying that, it's like, there we go, right there. It starts to set in. Hocus Pocus 2 from Disney. I thought they talked about this several years ago, but they, didn't ever do it. What the fuck is... the Walt Disney Company officially announced the return of the Sanderson Sisters for a sequel to the Halloween cult classic Hocus Pocus. The sequel is currently titled Hocus Pocus 2 and will see Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy reprise their roles as Winifred, Sarah, and Mary. You might be wondering how the Sanderson Sisters will return, given that they were all vaporized at the end of the first film. Yeah, that's a good question. Well, Disney reveals in a press release, in Hocus Pocus 2, 3 young women accidentally bring the Sanderson Sisters back to modern-day Salem. So immediately it's a contrived plot. Not only will it be 3 young women bringing them back, but they must figure out how to stop the child-hungry witches from wreaking a new kind of havoc on the world. What different than the first time? What? Sounds like Disney is pulling a page out of Lucasfilm's playbook. The Death Star and the Emperor went poof at the end of Return of the Jedi, but that didn't stop J.J. Abrams and Lucasfilm from bringing the Emperor back in Star Wars Rise of Skywalker. Yes, and that was an extremely stupid thing to do. It appears the Sanderson Sisters is getting the same treatment. Great, so retconny bullshit treatment. Not only are the Sanderson Sisters getting the same treatment, but it appears they are removing male characters from the film as well. Great. First film had 2 prominent male characters in Thackeray Binks, a young man who had been cursed by the Sanderson Sisters back in the 17th century. His curse was lifted, and he was able to join his sister in heaven after the sisters were defeated. The other main character, main male character, was Max Dennison. That's Omri Katz. He was responsible for bringing the sisters back to life when he lit the black flame candle. However, his character would undergo significant growth. By the end of the film, he sacrificed his own life in order to save his sister from the sisters. The original Hocus Pocus director, Adam Shankman, will not be returning for the sequel. Probably a wise decision there on his part. Instead, Anne Fletcher, a woman. It was like women behind the camera, women in front of the camera, it's just all women. Okay. Are some of those characters going to be lesbians too? Perfect content for a kids movie, I guess. Hot scissoring action. Who directed Hot Pursuit and 27 Dresses? I might have heard of the first one. I don't remember the second one. Will be taking over directing duties. He explained why he was unable to return for the sequel. As heartbroken as I am that I won't be able to return to direct my friends Bet, Sarah, Jessica, and Kathy in what is sure to be nothing short of a major event for Disney Plus due to scheduling conflicts, I couldn't be more pleased to be handing over the reins to Anne, who has brought so much laughter and joy into people's lives with her previous work. Okay, so in other words, he's not smart. He just has, well, probably not smart. He's probably telling the truth here, and he's not actually smart enough to avoid it on purpose. He's just, by coincidence, detained elsewhere. But it's always possible that it is convenient, that he kind of knew this was coming up and arranged to be busy. You never know. That I am still grateful and proud to help shepherd this ingenious project. Okay, laying on thick, aren't we? As executive producer alongside producer Lynn Harris. It's like I said, it's going to be a shit show. Whom I've loved and admired as a colleague and friend since she helped me get the job choreographing Boogie Nights. Oh dear. Shankman is currently directing Disenchanted for Disney. While he won't be directing Hocus Pocus 2, he will serve as an executive producer for the film. Ralph Winter and David Kirshner will also be executive producers. Steve Haft is a co-producer with Lynn Harris, and Lynn Harris is the producer. Okay, so the men are wisely taking the upper slots in the production so that they can take credit for it if it's good and say, I wasn't in charge of any of the day-to-day whatever if it sucks. Fletcher hopes the sequel will have audiences laughing. Probably will, possibly not in the way you hoped, but anyway. She stated, now more than ever people need to laugh. You mean as your chosen bestest president ever is burning down the country around us? We should be laughing every day. And there's so much fun to be had with these three unbelievable women playing delicious characters from such a blood. I think they're all a little bit long in the tooth to be truly delicious. I am so grateful to be able to play a part in bringing these witches back to life, and to be working with my friends at Disney again makes it all the more special. This is a movie for everyone. Well, we don't know that yet, and it doesn't sound like it's for men. It sounds like it's for girls and women, but not men and boys. Fuck them. Not part of the story. From the fans who grew up with the first film to the next generation of viewers, and I can't wait to get started, she added. Hocus Pocus 2 is expected to arrive on Disney Plus sometime in 2022, assuming the apocalypse hasn't begun by then. Are you looking forward to seeing the Sanderson Sisters return? What do you make of them bringing the Sanderson Sisters back? I'm not really looking forward to it. No, I think it's more of the same. We don't want to expend the effort to come up with something new, so we'll just rehash the old. What do you make of the film being completely female-dominated? Sounds like a typical bullshit woke SJW sort of move, which I've become very used to recently. In recent years, that's become just absolute par for the course. So, whatever. Yeah, I'm not excited. Not at all. Not even fucking slightly. You know. Oh boy. Alright, well, anyway. Until the next one.